worst idea of all time. It's the worst idea of all time. It's the worst idea of all time. Season 2.
Hello and welcome to the worst idea of
Beautiful.
all time. Season 2, episode number 46, coming to you from the dark. We're in pitch blank darkness now, folks. Tim Batt and Guy Montgomery coming to you from a singular location for the first time in a little while, and it's the middle of the night. We decided to just fucking do this.
Lights out. Lights out. It's a slumber party. Put your gym jams on, get in your sleeping bag, make some s'mores. It's time for some bedtime stories.
It's adding it's halfway between dangerous and lovely, which that's very much the sleepover vibe, eh? That's what's so cool about sleepovers. They're exciting.
Yeah,
You're with your mates, so it's cool.
I was a classic fall asleep early kid at a sleepover. I'm sure it doesn't surprise you.
Did you ever wet yourself at a sleepover?
Oh.
That was the worst.
No, I don't think I did. Pretty good bladder control.
I don't think...
What?
I don't know if that's true, mate. I guess bladder control, I guess technically you're right. So you don't have a very strong bladder.
I got a powerful bladder.
No.
Yeah, no.
Just straight up and down.
No, that's not true. My GP told me when I was 12 years old,
Yeah.
He said, your bladder has the density of an overinflated football.
That's bullshit though, because you and I both know that you piss all the time. You're built like an athlete, mate. You're just constantly... You're past...
Built like a horse. I have the left leg of a horse.
You're like an athletic horse.
Look.
Constantly escaping being eaten by hungry people. Constantly.
People don't farm horse to eat. Or they don't really.
Well, they should really stop that saying then, because it's a hell of a misnomer. It's true.
There was a lot of outcry when it came out that McDonald's and other places had been serving horse meat.
I don't think that was McDonald's.
No, it wasn't.
It was in the UK, wasn't it? A few years ago.
Supermarket meat.
They were fucking TV dinners. That was the whole thing. I was like, oh, really? You're up on your, excuse the pun, high horse buying TV dinners and expecting not to get a fucking horse. The thing is, you're being so selective, man. Like, what's the difference between a horse and a sheep? You should.
That's the thing.
You got some horse in there.
Yeah.
I would expect radioactive waste to be taking out a bit of filler in those TV dinners. Worst Idea of All Time is a podcast where myself and Guy watch the same movie every week for a year. We did a whole season of Grown Ups 2, an Adam Sandler stinker. And this year, we're in the closing stretch of Sex and the City 2. And old-time fans of the podcast who aren't just dipping in for the first time will notice the theme has changed. Thanks again to Josh Peters, because I feel like the mood has changed for these last few,
It's quite, it's solemn. It almost felt nostalgic. I haven't heard the music play, like that music playing at the start of a...
Oh, yeah.
It really coloured, it's really coloured my experience.
But just in terms of this home stretch, man, like, fuck, I am done.
Yeah, you really are.
I am done.
It's been a long run around the block this year, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's ebbs and flows on this process, you know. It really is, but I feel like we're just in a stage now where it's like, fuck off. Just the whole thing needs to die. Just put a pin in the entire operation.
No, but that is when, you know, this is like you're doing.
It's not even.
You've got the stitch. This is like, you know, you're running in the big race and you get the stitch and you're like, oh, I'm not going to let the stitch stop me from finishing this big race. You just got a little bit of the stitch. Put your hands on your head and run for a bit, like slow down and run for a bit.
That's the opposite of what I do. I'd always like grab the bit that hurt. Like,
nah, rookie mistake.
So what are you supposed to do? Put your hands on your head. What does that do? Does it change your blood flow or something?
Changes your breathing, I guess.
Oh, yeah, true.
I actually never looked into the science of it. Someone told it to me when I was impressionable.
What the fuck is stitch anyway?
It's a
biological kind of function of it. What's the, you know, what's that about?
It's like a bubble of air being like, oh, chill out.
A bubble of air.
I don't know.
It feels like it's a real weakness in humans, a real Achilles heel. Because running's the only thing we've got, Guy, as an animal. We don't have a good defence, you know, we don't have claws, we don't have great senses, everything can either see or smell better than us. Middle distance running is the one thing that we're awesome at.
Yeah, that's true.
We're the best.
As a defense mechanism.
We ourselves.
No, I was saying we can run away for a long time.
But that is our defense mechanism. We ourselves.
Where are you getting that?
Science, bruh. That's evolution.
Science, bruh. Is that magazine you subscribe to? With pictures of those dudes in board shorts and puka necklaces.
Yeah, just
holding up an abacus and a fucking periodic table.
An abacus. Holding a monkey's hand to just allude to the concept of evolution. Champ, you guys got the wrong fucking primate.
You're reading science, bruh.
Ah, jeez. Well, I tell you what, guy. We're here. We're in the dark. We're in the sleepover mode. What do you think of this movie? To be your lawfully wedded partner for another 8 go-arounds or so, if I've done my math right. Sex and the City 2?
It's just...
propose vows to the film. You have to start Guy... What is your middle name?
Alexander Halifax.
I fucking knew that. Sorry. Guy, Alexander Halifax Montgomery.
Well, yeah, Guy Alexander Halifax Montgomery. Am I doing a...
With your vows to the film.
Would like to ask you...
No, you're not proposing. You're at the fucking... We're there. We're at the wedding.
It's
vows. These are the vows.
I solemnly swear to do my best. I'll do my best. You're difficult. You can be difficult to be around. I mean, at this stage, it's kind of just like, you know, we can be in a room with each other and we can keep things civil, and I guess I'll try and, knowing that there's a timekeeper, I'll try and improve on that with you. And obviously you, as a sort of non-sentient, non-responsive, video file, you will continue to do what you do. And I respect that. Let's have a kiss, baby, and we're married.
No one's toasting that, are they? You're so guarded.
I wasn't that guarded.
You gotta lay it on the line, Guy. There's a line from the second season of House of Cards, and Kevin Spacey's wife says to Kevin Spacey, it's like the all is lost moment in the series, right before it ends, and he's fallen out of favour with the president, and she says, seduce him, cut out your heart and give it to him. That's what I was looking for from those marriage vows, and I did not find it.
You do your marriage vows.
I, Timothy Andrew Batt, take you, Sex and the City 2, to be my partner through thick and thin across the next 8 watches. I promise to give you my entire human attention, as much as I can absolutely muster in the moment. I promise to be with you through good times and troubling times. I will be faithful to you. I shall solemnly swear to try super hard to not look at my phone. From here till 8 watches. Amen.
Dude, I like mine better. Yours were weird. They came out like a prayer. That was uncomfortable. You've made everyone at the ceremony very uncomfortable. I'm wondering what's going on between you two.
They knew what was going on when they came.
It's not. It's like
VP to this.
And then if anyone has any reason why these two should not marry, speak now, forever hold your peace. I do.
Head it up.
I think this is a bad relationship.
Why? What part of it?
I just don't think you guys are good for each other. I don't think you.
Is it because I'm asking a movie to be my partner?
No, I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about it as a movie. I'm talking about you and Sex and the City 2. No, actually, I do. Obviously, I want you to write out the relationship. But that was a good little exercise, because when I was saying that, I did feel like I was like, this is. I can. It's a new way of. Because it's difficult to see the forest from the trees or the trees from the forest at this point. So it was a new angle I had on seeing how Sex and the City 2 is impacting you.
That's what you got to do, Guy. When you're watching something 52 times, you got to change your point of entry. It's like a space shuttle. It's like, okay, 23 degrees, all the astronauts died. We'll try a different one. 22 degrees. All right, guess what? I'm looking at a fireball. They didn't survive that one either. Do you know, what are we going to do? Are we going to cancel the space program? No. Try more angles of re-entry. So that's what we're here to do today. Try different angles of re-entry. See what works.
What are some other angles? You took a note on your phone.
Fuck it. It's too far away and it's the dark. I've actually just put it within arm's reach. I can't feel it. It's very dark. Oh, here we go. Here's the phone.
I think it was something to do with the joke that I still don't...
It's bright in the... Uh-oh. No, I've lost all my apps. My power's my phone's gone to extreme power saver mode.
It was that sandwich joke.
Oh, yeah.
From
You take it. It was your thing. You say that you... Fuck, it cracked me up. Because this is something that Guy flagged very early on, like perhaps in the single-digit watches. And we went back and forth on it a lot. Because you were like, I just don't get the she's having a little sandwich joke as a joke, fundamentally. I think we discussed this with James Acaster at length as well. And it's when Charlotte falls off the horse.
the camel.
She's in the desert. She pulls all her clothes up to kind of get ready to get back on it, and inadvertently pulls her underwear and pants suit thingy up too high, and creates a camel toe for herself. And then Miranda says, "It looks like she's having." SJP says, "Honey, you've got a real camel toe." Righto, we get it. And then Miranda says, "It looks like she's having a little sandwich."
Yeah.
There is the bone of contention. That last line, a little sandwich.
I just don't understand why are we talking about sandwiches?
Yeah, I get it.
There's no the second level of the joke has no application.
Because a joke is something that has two meanings.
Yeah.
It's pretty much okay.
It's like
It's a double entendre.
It's like she's a joke machine and just threw out the wrong, the context for the joke was not quite right.
And it made it through to the cutting room floor. Hey, full disclosure, guys. Guy and I, and this is see me just a plug for the subreddit as well, but we went back on the old TWIOAT subreddit and found at the top at the moment is an interview that Jon Stewart did with Mattress Pikel King in 2010 when the movie was being released. And those guys go fucking back, man.
Yeah, it's a very good interview, actually.
Well, kind of. It's very good for Mattress.
Yeah, well, no, it's nice. Like he's on the junket for Sex and the City too, but it's not discussed at all.
Yeah.
They play a very long. We thought we'd been rickrolled because at the start of the interview they play down about a minute and a half worth of footage from the movie, which is the most terrifying. Terrifying experience. But then he comes out and the footage doesn't get any laughs when it's being played down. It's actually that exact scene we were just talking about, the lead up to the gag.
Yeah, it is too. It's the camel and the.
And then the Mattress Pikelet Queen or King.
Your own Nequa.
Yeah.
You decide.
He comes out and they do an interview and he's funny and they're like old friends from early comedy days. He gave Jon Stewart his first job in TV.
Was your interpretation just based on that interview? Because I guess I'll look this up later maybe. Do you reckon Mattress used to do stand-up?
No, he used to do improv.
Ah, it's groovy.
It's a very good word for improv. Improv is very groovy.
It made me warm to Mattress. Yeah.
I
full on, dude.
He was
buckets of energy.
They were riffing and scatting.
They sure were.
Squeaking and bobbing.
They were doing a great job of it.
It was funny. They were squeaking and squawking and.
Scoobity-bapa.
Squeaking.
Scoobity.
Woo! Mine? Mine. What's he doing? Whose is that?
The animals. It's for the birds. It's the question this time.
There is a man, a certain man, who.
It's like a country song. There is.
This is the start of a White Stripes song.
Certain man, doom, doom, doom. He loves just drinking all his coffee. He goes to the cafe. Downs it in 3 sips.
3 sips.
Cause this coffee guy, he sure don't fuck around.
Fuck around.
Oh, we love him.
Oh, we love him.
We follow him.
Oh, we follow him.
We will do what
Whatever he tells. He's a coffee guy.
coffee guy.
He's a freaky guy.
Freaky guy.
He's got pockets full of sand and chips.
Yes, he do.
He seasons his chips with sand. That's why he's got a gravelly voice. He sounds like Macy Grace talking about how she tries. He's actually Macy Gray. Is Macy Gray doing like for a reality show? She gets put on full prosthetics.
Yeah.
And went on the set of Sex and the City 2 as a Java drinking maniac.
So a man who we've been interpreting as Sex and the City 2's coffee guy is actually top 100's Macy Gray.
Yeah.
You're gonna. Ooh, I don't even know what century to start with. 2000.
Yeah, to be early noughties.
Try to say goodbye.
Great song. Great song.
What was the movie that was featured prominently in? Because I feel like it was Bridget.
The movie of Guy Montgomery's life.
Oh, dude, you're a big old Macy Gray fan.
Just that track. Oh, and also, there's just I've Committed Murder. It's a great song.
How's that go?
I'm not going to do it justice at all. Look it up.
Oh, now you're getting gun shy at singing on the mic? You kidding me? I've got like 1,000 hours of us singing off camera so far. Why would you choose now to get all bashful about it?
I just, I want people to like the song, and I feel like I've committed murder and I think I got away. And then there's more lines, but I can't remember them.
All right.
There's also a great Jay Dilla remix of I Try to Say Goodbye.
Did we get to the bottom of what movie it's from or no?
No, we didn't. It's Macy Gray doing a character piece for a reality TV show.
Whoa, hold on. You're chucking more components in there, and I'm really sorry if I just burped on the mic.
I'm not too worried about it.
Wait, so not only is it... What do you got there, guy?
Tape measure.
You got a retractable metallic tape measure.
I'm just measuring the length of this studio.
Okay. Go for gold, mate.
I will.
I tell you what, I can still hear the bounce in here. We need to get some. I need to get some of that.
I'm sure people love. You know what people love hearing about
What do they love?
is the way to improve audio quality on the product they're listening to.
Yeah, don't they, Joe?
Nothing spins a human being's wheels like listening to someone figure out how to fucking nail it. Hey, isn't that right, listener?
The alternative is, guy, that I start filtering what comes out of my head, and I refuse to do that.
I'm right there with you, pal.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not what a sleepover's about. A sleepover's about staying up later than you're meant to,
Sharing secrets, talking about crushes.
making big old, pots of Milo,
Yeah. Oh, you guys don't have Milo though in the States.
Nesquik.
Yeah. No,
It's different, yeah.
What the fuck do that? It's
Drinking chocolate,
hot cocoa.
but you can have it cold. It's crunchy.
Milo though, is Milo like more malty?
Yeah, it must be. The Nesquik goes right in the milk, but Milo stays crunchy.
They did a good job. They came into New Zealand, they went, the mothers here want to raise rugby players, so we can't call it hot cocoa because that's just pure treat. We've got to make it some sort of sport, sideways, fuck around product. We'll call it Milo, and we'll have lots
Get more go from Milo.
doing tries and shit. It's like Nutrigrain, man. Do you remember that fucking ad that Weet-Bix had one time? God, it was a stormer. Came out when I was a kid, and Weet-Bix just went, boom, here's how much sugar is in all the fucking shit it is in us. And it was like, blam, Cocoa Pops, blam, Frosty Flakes, blam, and it had like a thing next to it that was how much sugar it was. The last one, the top of the bill, was Nutrigrain, and it's a fucking chocolate cake. A box of Nutrigrain.
Oh, man.
Is literally feeding your kid cake for breakfast, buy some Weet-Bix, or you will lose your parents.
Or be wary, Sanitarium who own Wheat Bix
Yeah.
and are a huge breakfast cereal company
Yeah.
here in New Zealand and Australia, owned by the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Correct.
They don't pay fucking tax.
Fucking outrageous.
It's crazy stuff.
That makes the most popular breakfast cereal in New Zealand, and they don't pay a lick of income tax. That is a fucking grip, man. I'm not down with that. Back to the film. Your Shining Light I wrote down, but it's in fine, which is now kind of off limits because it's gone into a
I remember it.
hour mode.
I got it.
Oh, good on you.
So when it's amazing how much food and clothes 4 butlers can fit into 4 Maybachs.
It was amazing.
You were amazing. Charlotte, they're served a plate of macaroons when they arrive from the camel ride and they get lunch. They get Charlotte and Carrie sit next to one another in one of their plush tents.
Different colours too, those macaroons.
Yeah, they get, a plate of macaroons is put down, and macaroons became pretty popular. But 2010, that was pretty. There's one thing that hit from Sex and the City too.
Oh.
They called macaroons big time.
Yeah, they did. So there was an early strike, 2010.
Yeah, man. At least in New Zealand. I don't know what the macaroon industry is doing in America right now. And for that, I apologize to any macaroon enthusiasts. But yeah, she picks a so they get placed in front of them. Charlotte picks a macaroon up, looks at it,
Yes.
then looks at Carrie, goes, wow, then mimes putting it in her mouth
Oh, that's funny.
and puts it back down on the plate.
Oh, that's great.
And I noticed it for the first time last week and forgot to bring it up. It's a wonderful little moment. It's like, oh, wow, look at this. We could eat these, but not now.
You're really diverging from the spirit of the Shining Light again. This isn't the first time I've pulled you up on this. A Shining Light is not a time for you to recognise a continuity error or an actor fucking up. It's a time when
It's not okay.
take a breather from shitting down the film.
Every time you think that that's not an actor making, like that to me is a good character decision. It's very Charlotte.
Oh, okay. I feel like you talked your way out of this one, but
No.
really good job, but subtle out. My Shining Light is kind of a broad one, unfortunately, this week, but I just feel like Runkle is the greatest acting talent of our generation. There isn't, as I said to Guy while we were watching this film today, there isn't a frame where he hasn't made the best decision in the moment possible.
I agree.
Runkle is incredible, and I feel like he's been hamstrung by being in this movie, because otherwise, you put this performance in a different film, Oscar worthy.
Yeah, he's
I'm not afraid to say it.
he's not giving. Oh,
From the rooftops. Oh, that.
I'm playing with the tape measure a little too much now.
Yeah, really. Jesus.
That's all right.
Good sound though, eh?
Yeah, it's satisfying. I think, he does a good job with limited opportunities in this movie. I wouldn't say he's the greatest actor of our generation, namely because you couldn't tell me.
Give me 2 people who are better than him.
No, the onus of proof is on you for your outlandish claim. Give me 2 movies that Runkle has starred in.
Nah, I don't need to. So I'll tell you, his body of work in Californication, from the limited amount of that series I've seen, is flawless.
So he's not necessarily the greatest actor of our generation.
Hey bro, do you remember a little guy called James Dean, who people seem to consider this fucking monstrous talent, despite the fact that he was in, 6 films total? It's not about the quantity of shit you put out, it's the quality of what's out there, of your work. And Runkle brings...
Yeah, so I don't disagree that Runkle brings the noise. All I'm challenging is that he doesn't... He's not the greatest actor of our generation. He's just maybe he's got the lowest error rate.
But that's Oscar.
You don't get there's no Oscar for having the lowest error rate.
Anna Paquin won an Oscar for The Piano. That was the first movie she was ever in. She is New Zealand's shining light.
She is New Zealand's shining light.
Wonder what Anna Paquin's doing right now.
Listening to this podcast.
Oh, God, that would bring me so much joy. Even if I found out she'd listened to 5 minutes of one episode, I'd be like, yes.
Big Anna Paquin fan over here. Hey, What about we dust off that big old leather-bound book sitting in the corner?
Makes me cough.
Yeah.
So dusty.
It's not good for your lungs, but it's important.
You say asthma or asthma?
I say asthma.
Yeah, good on you, because you're not a goober. Asthma's... Fuck, such a horrible way of saying it.
It's Mr. Big's big book of ideas.
Guy,
Tim.
let's open it up. Let me just wet my finger.
That is a horrible sound.
Thumbing through. Page. A diagram of a woman upside down in a wheel made of wood. What's it for? No time to explore it. Page. Oh, there is what appears to be spouting around a house, right? But it's filled with birdhouses as well. Some sort of self-sustaining ecosystem around a home. No time to dwell on that. Page.
It's a drawing of a hot air balloon attached to another hot air balloon attached to an entire small model village of hot air balloons.
Okay, here's what's happened, guys. Mr. Big has been taken to the seaside by his mother for the first time ever at age 58. She said, John
Biglets.
you've been
I hate it when you call me that, mother.
you've been hanging out in that huge storied building of yours for too long, and I know how much you hate heights. Your colour blindness can be doing you no good in that job of yours playing with the stock market. So we're going to the seaside.
And God knows the vertigo of being 50 stories up when you're afraid of heights can't be very good for you either.
Absolutely. So his mama takes him out of there, and they go to the seaside, and John's wearing like, stripes. Those ye olde striped kind of almost Jim Jam looking,
Yeah.
you know.
Singlet and short shorts.
They're blue and
It's a onesie,
And
yeah.
it's like it's,
And this horizontal stripe.
it is. You got it. He looks like the human equivalent of a milk jug. Like a really attractive milk jug in the fridge.
Nice.
And he's there with his mama, and he sees a tugboat for the first time. And he's like, what an incredible concept. This tiny little thing that has all this power.
He's
Can, like, grab a bigger thing.
He's 58 years old, mind you. So the fact that he hasn't seen a tugboat before is mildly comical.
What was that light that came in the room?
That was the great idea light. It's when you have a great idea and the neighbours want you to keep going.
That scared the shit out of me. Are we being robbed?
No, you're not being robbed.
Okay, cool.
That's funny because you thought the worst thing that would happen would be being robbed, and I just thought that the police were going to knock on the door and be like, "What's going on here? You boys aren't podcasting, are you? You know it's after podcasting hours."
Yeah, in New Zealand we've got this crazy law on the books that you're not allowed to podcast after 11 p.m. It is fucked.
Got a couple of renegades on the mic though, so
Mr. Big takes this idea of a tugboat and transfers it to a bigger scale, and he's like, what if you could get something that is comparatively as big as a tugboat if you compare it to the thing it's... Oh my god. A poster just fell off the wall in the studio. There is a ghost here. It's very scary. This is quintessential sleepover. Love it.
there aren't supernatural beings at quintessential
You
sleepovers.
explain that timing then to me, Guy. Coincidence?
Almost definitely.
Absolutely is. So what he starts doing is cooking up in his brain. He's like, what could move a whole village? And he's like, I know, a hot air balloon. And so he tries it and it doesn't work. And he's like, all right, I've got it. A hot air balloon attached to another hot air balloon. We'll double the hot air balloons involved. And
Twice the power.
what we've walked in on is him drawing a diagram of the same failed concept, but just doubling up the hot air balloons with some sort of belief that two will really change the game.
The logic.
Spoiler alert, 2 hot air balloons does not move a village. Only a professional public speaker can move a village.
Yeah, well, what you're saying is
Oh god, the poster just finished its descent, but it's on the floor now. Can't go any further.
what you're saying is philosophically sound, but I think that for me, if I'm trying to lift a village with one hot air balloon and it doesn't work,
Yeah.
the next place my mind immediately goes to is put another hot air balloon in the mix.
Yeah, I know, and that's what we've walked in on old Mr. Big Doe, and he's scribbling down that idea. He's doing diagrams of it. He's trying to figure out the physics of moving a village using a hot air balloon.
The reason is that he's so motivated to move an entire village is buried in a conspiracy theory that he deeply believes in but is afraid to acknowledge to his loved ones for fear of sounding crazy. But he believes that there is a war that is waging in the sewers and the side streets of New York City that a lot of people are either choosing to be ignorant of or unaware of. But there's a battle brewing between the so-called, his name is only whispered in hushed tones, but the Rat King, Brady, and his legion of hench rats. Hench rats and trench rats. He's got them separated into two streams.
The hench rats are the ones that do all the dirty work, and the trench rats, they're kind of like the commissioned officers.
That's right.
The rat hierarchy.
There's a hierarchy.
Thinkers.
Anyway, and a marauding sort of, almost, it's not a cowboy in the Western American sense, but certainly a cowboy in the sort of lonely sort of, beyond the word lonely, I can't think of how to describe Dick Bot.
David Bowie sense.
A David Bowie sort of cowboy.
His level of genius is so great that he feels isolated from the rest of humanity, just like David Bowie does. Because it's like...
Is that how David Bowie feels?
I can only imagine, yes. He's just so fucking good that it's like, I can't even relate to these people anymore. It's like Dr. Manhattan.
Don't know.
Watchmen. He basically just becomes so powerful that he just goes to Mars to chill out and have a think, and just becomes so infinitely powerful that he's like, God, I can't even be bothered with this human shit. Fuck it. That's where Bowie's headed, and to a slightly lesser extent, Dick Bot.
I
think on the scale, Dick Bot is approaching David Bowie. He's not there yet, but he'll get there one day. You better believe it.
You think when future generations look back on influence across, all manner of genres of music and style, it'll go 1, David Bowie, 2, Freddie Mercury, 3, Dick Bot.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a big day. Big day when he composes his first hit. Listen, I don't know what's left for us here, because I know we're running out of time.
This way lies madness.
I would like to say the following things. Numero uno. To anyone who's bought something from our store, 1 million thank yous. Can't say thank you enough.
Count 'em.
It's so awesome. It's bonkers to think that there's people rocking around with this stupid shit we thought of that is now a physical item.
An artifact.
Second of all, we're coming to New York, which we announced last episode. We're going to be doing a show at a theatre yet to be announced on the 3rd of March, so mark that out in your calendar if you're in NYC. And you know what we should do?
Or if you're near NYC.
We should start an event on Facebook for this, and then we can get an idea of how many people might be coming, because they can RSVP on the thingy, on the Facebook.
That is a savvy idea. Savvier yet would probably be to just
Stop talking about it and do it.
That's right. But you live and you learn, don't you?
What is the other thing?
We're all learning all the time.
Oh, wait, are we going to do a stand-up show over there or not?
Yeah, we are.
Sweet.
Obviously, that is yet to be arranged also.
Cool.
I've already done something with this tape. I've sort of accidentally locked this tape measure against the cable.
Mechanism. You just got to shift the...
Oh, no.
Yeah, the lever.
It's bigger. The problem's bigger than that, mate.
Oh, really? Check it here.
That's right.
We'll do this afterwards. So, look, that's all happening, and I guess... Good on yous.
Good on you.
We're only 8 away, guys, and we've got, hopefully is it the next episode we're doing that thing that we discussed?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be next episode, eh?
Having a guest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, 2.
No, 1 guest.
Oh, okay, that's the next one. Okay, cool. Well, we've got a guest who you may not have heard of before ever in the next episode, who I am real excited to get that person on.
You might have heard of them.
Oh, should we just announce it?
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
No, let's not. Whoa, see ya there.
Nice. And then we've got this other cool idea, which we're doing in a couple episodes if we remember, because it's us. So bye.
You heard it.
What was that?
Ah, it's nothing.
What was it?
No, it's nothing.
Oh, tell me.
It was a kiss.
But why?
Because a kiss is always a gift.
It's the worst idea of all time. It's the worst idea of all time. It's the worst idea of all time. Season 2.